My peoples, welcome to the Power Narrative Podcast. And today we are having my peoples of the internet, that is ODUOR Jagero, on the other side of the seat. He's going to tell us about his journey in journalism and into podcasting and into being one of the top most talked about podcasts in this country, or should I say in the world? Yes, Jagero.
Yes.
Welcome to my podcast.
It is a real.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, you know.
Yeah, I think I like seeing you on that side.
Yeah, but you really look beautiful on the other side.
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The specs that you wear are for show or for, they're glasses for?
Maybe just confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the lenses.
Yes. Yeah, I just choose good frames.
Yeah.
So that people can...
They look really
look
executive.
good. Yes, yeah. I won't say where they are from because they've not paid for advertisement.
Oh, yeah?
But welcome, Jagero.
Thank you very much.
You have become a very phenomenal person in terms of the podcast industry in this country, of which I think the podcast industry really boomed during COVID, and you took it away.
Yeah.
Yes.
COVID is 2020.
Yeah, COVID is 2020.
Mine started much later.
Yeah.
I think 3.5 years ago.
2023.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
So was that your very first podcast?
DWJ is about 3 years, 8 months old.
And DWJ, my people, is Dialogues with Jagero.
Yeah.
Yes. So you started Dialogues with Jagero in 2023?
I think so, yes. Just around 2023.
Why did you start the podcast?
It's an interesting question because, so when I was growing up on the shores of Lake Victoria, of River Nyando, precisely, my grandfather used to have a brown sort of radio. It was stuck on the BBC, all right? And so you could not change anything. So we used to just carry it like that, remove the batteries because I don't remember if we could switch it off. Because I remember the way to switch it off was to remove the batteries. And then when you assemble it, it comes back on. It was stuck on BBC and sometimes VOA. I think that it was interchangeable.
Yeah.
So I really wanted, I listened to BBC a lot. And I wanted to be the people that were talking in BBC. All right? And then there is a story that really stuck with me in 1994. And I was listening to BBC and I thought it was actually not true. 100,000 people were being killed every day. The 1994 Rwandan genocide. And that story really stayed with me. And I wanted to be the people that tell those stories. So I wanted to be a journalist. So when I finished Form 4, I traveled to the city of Glasses, Nairobi. So I arrived here. The story is really long. There is a lot of problems that I faced when I arrived at in the city. But then even when I finished, it dawned on me that with my kind of college education, I could not go to have a job at Citizen, KTN, KBC, K24, the rest of them. I wanted to be a Catherine Kasavoli. I wanted to be Swalim Doe.
I also wanted to be Catherine Kasavoli.
Yeah, I wanted to be all of them. But then that dream really slipped through my fingers. Something happened to me when I finished college that I have never understood where it was coming from. But I was hit with a lot of anxiety and inferiority complex. Like, I wasn't good enough to be on TV. And it stayed with me. And so it slipped through my fingers. That dream literally slipped. I don't even remember looking for a job to be a TV anchor that much.
So this inferiority complex, it was just because you are a village boy, or you felt that the people there were more qualified?
I think so. And there were stories being told of, when I was in college, there is something that used to happen that I used to look at with a lot of, sadness, so to speak. Because parents were coming to be with their kids. So Nairobi Aviation, where I went to school, was at, I think, 7th floor. And on the 8th floor was a very nice restaurant.
That is at Nairobi Cinema?
Yes. No. The other one, it's not Nairobi Cinema. No, this other house, it's not Nairobi Cinema.
Okay.
But zimeshikana, actually. They're very close to each other. So they used to come up there and be with their families. Eat chips and chicken. Chips and chicken was 150.
Yes.
Then. It was a lot of money. And I think my mentality sort of started shifting and my confidence started dwindling because I thought these things belong to people with parents. People who have got aunties, people who have got brothers.
In Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are not, because I used to hear the kids saying that my brother is talking to KBC, my sister is talking to Citizen, blah, blah, blah. So, and you're looking at yourself and you're asking yourself, who is talking on my behalf?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I realized that there is nobody actually talking on my behalf. So the confidence starts dwindling that I have got nobody. So when we finished school, which is another big story, because when I came to Nairobi, my father, when he died, he left me 30,000. My mother ate most of it.
And when mothers eat money, you don't ask them for it.
Yeah. And so when I arrived in Nairobi, I had very little. I was not able to afford school fees. The college at some point realized that this guy is joking with us. He's not serious about paying us, and wanted to excommunicate me and expel me, because I think it was 90,000 every year. And I think by the time I left Nairobi Aviation School, I paid less than 10,000. Oh. Yeah. So, but then they gave me scholarship for the rest of the duration. When it became apparent to them that I was actually really loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is that. So that confidence dwindled after school.
Yeah.
And I think I slipped into the backroom kind of journalism where I just became a writer. And then took off to Rwanda to research on my first book immediately after college.
And then, which book is this?
The Ghost of 1894.
Uh-huh.
It tracks the story of the genocide 100 years before it began. So that is the story. So anyway, I came and started doing what I'm doing. I opened my company called Core Media. Started doing branding, writing for people. Until I hit the age of 40. And I realized that something is happening to me and I don't understand what it is. And then I sat with a therapist and she told me that, what is it that you really wanted to become? Because now she was telling me that when you reach 40, you start thinking about the things that really matter to you.
Yeah.
And I realized that I told her that I wanted to be a journalist. And she's telling me that what is the closest to being a journalist today? And we both realized that it's actually a podcast.
And there Jagero was born.
Yes. I started doing one with my friends called Maskani Podcast. Uh-huh. But they did not have the dream. You know the way you come together as friends and you want to do something and it's
so
like...
So Maskani's was about you and your friends sitting down
and talking. And just talking.
Yeah.
But then I realized that this is me. This is not them. I am actually just trying to
You're trying to pull them and force them into your dream.
Yeah. And it was not working. And at some point I realized that, okay, I need to just tell them that what is going on. Are you guys in or out? And they told me that let's give each other 3 months to figure out this thing, if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
And you know, when 3 months elapsed, this following day, I called one of them, told them, hey, it has collapsed, actually. It has elapsed.
What have you figured out?
Yeah. And they told me, I have not even thought about it. One of them told me, I have not even thought about it.
Meaning it was not their priority.
The following day, I registered Dialogues with Jagger on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we are. How many viewers?
Viewers, I have to look at the subscribers. 160,000.
Wow. Congratulations, Jagero.
Thank you very much.
We are on our way to 1 million.
Facebook is closer, 780,000.
Wow. Wow.
And TikTok is the same amount, about 700-something thousand. Those other ones are really moving.
Yeah.
Because I
think because of the shortcuts that you give. You know, those shortcuts make people feel like I have listened to the whole podcast.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very easy way of engaging people. They feel like they're part of the story and they feel like they're moving on with you. And also, you know, after watching a whole 1 hour podcast, somebody feels if I can watch like these cuts, it means you have selected for them the most important sections. And you've done great.
I think those cuts do not just tell the story of this country, it tells the global story of men, women, children. Because if you look at the analytics of Dialogues with Jagero on Facebook, 30% are South Africans.
Wow.
30%. And about 15% Zambians. So number one is Kenya, then followed by South Africa, then Zambia, then then USA. Then you find other African countries below UK and even Australia.
So Dialogues with Jagger is global.
It's very global. they have a problem with Roberta.
Why?
Because Roberta speaks in Swahili a lot.
Also, you have to do a lot of translation for them.
We don't.
You don't do translations.
We don't.
So what happens? Do you have like the YouTube transcription? Maybe you should automate the YouTube transcription.
Whatever Roberta is saying.
Or does she intentionally speak in Swahili?
Because she will just like in 3 seconds, 5 seconds speak Swahili.
Okay.
And then lose the entire world.
I think for me that's okay because that's, I always call it, that's Kenyanizing our speech.
Yeah.
When you're able to put in one word here or there.
Yeah, there is a time we put something on, there is a big war that erupted between Kenyans and South Africans, actually on our Facebook account, because they kept telling Roberta not to speak in vernacular. And they were saying, and the Kenyans were telling South Africans that the last people.
That's not vernacular.
Kenyans were telling South Africans that you are the last people to talk to people about vernacular because every time we look at your podcast, just Zulu,
which
the
is
whole
true.
time.
Yes, yeah. But they transcribe it. So the only difference is you're not transcribing for them.
They don't transcribe. That is my best podcaster in South Africa does not transcribe.
So we have automated transcriptions.
And they can go for even 10 minutes talking about their language and you catch up with them later.
It's good, and also it has got its own cons. Yeah.
You know, I think the problem with podcasting and translation and trying to give each and every person what they need is the sheer work that is involved in it.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of time. The good thing with the dubbing and translation and subtitling with the Americans and people that are basically speaking English, because this AI thing can capture everything.
And the problem is that sometimes it is translating word by word instead of context. I think that's, the biggest challenge we have with it.
Yeah.
Now back to Dialogues with Jagero. Dialogues with Jagero is the one we know, but under Dialogues with Jagero, you have many podcasts. How many?
Political headache.
Now you have political headache?
Yes, and Nutmegs and VR.
What is it? I have not heard about that one. Nutmegs and VR is which one?
It's a sports channel that I started 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about that one.
Political podcast is purely about politics. And it is mostly a live transmission. It is watched by about 85% men. Yeah, women, just about 15%. They're not into politics. They vote, but they're not into politics, you know.
We watch the other one of relationships more.
Dialogues.
Yes.
Yeah, so and Nutmegs and VR is sports. Nutmegs and VR is sports. I like sports a lot.
So you host all these shows?
No. There is a lady who hosts the Nutmegs and VR, but political headache is not really me hosting. It's a lot of men doing banter. Like for example, today in the evening we are having 3 men on the podcast show, and most of the time, Odhiambo Tieno is somebody who really can snatch away your show. So Odhiambo Tieno is mostly snatching away the podcast.
The podcast, on the political headache.
Political headache, yes.
Why political headache? Why must politics be a headache?
It is a headache. You don't know. I mean, Kenya it's very headache. If you look at the news even today, we had Oburu Odinga, Ruto, and an SG that is not talking. So it's very headachy. I think if you look at even our leaders today, they're really tired. In fact, if you look at the president, he looks really tired. Because Kenyan politics is, nobody appreciates what you do.
Yeah, because I wanted to say maybe they're tired because Kenyans can really put people on their toes.
Yes.
One small thing, it's like, oh, the government, the government is not working.
Yeah, like today, the NTSA automatic payment of fines went live today at 9. By midday, there were 2 court cases about it.
2 court cases to bring it down.
Yes.
You know, the joke I saw on the internet was that for the men who are buying cars for their wives, now they'll have to transfer the full names to their wives because in case if the wife does anything, it's the man who's going to pay the fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe for women, it might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anytime you overlap the guy gets a fine and he pays, because if he doesn't pay, it is his NTSA that's going to be blocked.
I think that if that rule can pinpoint the exact problems that we are having in this country, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. But I think there was also a good thing about it. They gave 7 days grace period. Maybe Kenyans can just ask for 30 days because a lot of us are salaried. The 7 days can come in the middle of the month. So the day you're given and the 7 days end, but salary.
But then do you think people are going to give away cars anymore? We are not going to give cars because you are in the classroom teaching.
Yes, and then I've given my car to somebody, then kidogo
Yeah.
You're going to give your car to someone whom you trust.
The other day somebody gave me their car and I wanted to make a very bad turn. And I just remembered in time that somebody might just take a picture of me taking a bad turn with this
and
car.
It might be somebody's car.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is that.
But I think it will really help us with the road accidents. Right now we are going into the Easter period. A lot of people are going to be driving on the roads for holiday. So if you have got these measures, it might help. The only question is, all these cameras, are they all over the country or just in the big cities?
Ruto said that they are starting from major towns. He said actually, I think sometimes.
So they've not yet started.
No, it's actually piloting. They are piloting it.
So we are still free.
Yeah, they are. But you don't know where they are.
Yeah, that's the question.
And I can only wait for the problem that is going to be there between the NTSA and.
But on Langata Road, the cameras have been there.
Langata Road.
Yes.
For speed.
Yeah, for speed, for overlapping, especially here near Nairobi West, the cameras have been there. Yes.
Are people being fined?
Yes, I've been fined.
You?
Yes.
For doing what? You have been fined.
It was not really like fining. I didn't know the road. You know when this big roundabout is there, I was like, I had not driven there for a very long time. So I'm coming from this side of Nairobi West, and I'm starting to enter. Then I'm like, I'm starting to enter. These vehicles are coming this way. Then a policeman told me, wait, go back. Let me tell you, I was having a kid in the car. Just said, but I had not passed so far. So I just reversed a bit and she showed me where to pass.
Yeah.
But just kidogo, she was like, if I had just gone and passed that barrier, she said the camera could have just grabbed me and I could have paid 5,000 fine on the spot.
On the spot?
Yes, I don't know whether she was pulling my leg, but she said that one, if the camera captures it, she cannot even help me. So I just reverse and go.
Yeah.
I
think that there's going to be a big problem with because NTSA and traffic police officers, we don't know who is going to be who.
Yeah, but it also means that our roads, people are going to train much better and the driving schools are going to be much strict. But anyway, that aside, we're on dialogues with Jagero.
Yes.
So, Jagero, you have really grown from different offices.
Yeah.
I have seen you. I've been your guest a number of times.
Yeah. I think you've been to all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen you move from different offices and different podcast rooms, and now you are having a whole. This is a TV. This is a whole TV station.
Yeah.
Because you're having are there 3 podcast rooms with a whole editing suite? Things are good.
I think that podcasts were not made for individuals because they are basically mini TV stations, and it takes a lot. And I think what is the question again?
We have seen you grow.
Yes.
Yeah. So how was this journey being? Moving from, was it Power
to Fight for where I first hosted you?
Yes.
Then I went to the place on Gong Road, the Gardens, Shalom Gardens.
Shalom, yes.
Yeah, and then now here at the CTC, the Cathedral Church. It has been very tough. I don't think that it has been very easy, but I have really enjoyed it. One of the things that this podcast has given me is friendship with a lot of people. I have met very good-hearted people. One of them is you.
Yeah, we thank God.
I have had friends all over the world. All right, and they have given me back my confidence. The confidence
you lost when you came to Nairobi.
They have given me back my confidence, and I think that I really enjoying talking to people, getting information from people, learning from people. In terms of, I started with one camera. I think it was a very nice Sony camera that I bought around 2020. Now I have got 4 cameras. I have got, very good machines for editing. I have figured it out, basically. And podcasting has got the potential to be a very good business. Has the potential to be a very, very good business.
Because we no longer watch mainstream TV. Now we are back to watching things on YouTube and our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you design products around your podcast, you can make money. Like Zippy would make a lot of money on a podcast because she knows a lot of people. People will gravitate towards you. You will pull a lot of people.
But you're the one
pull a lot
teaching
of,
me.
yeah.
You know, actually, people don't know, but this is practice.
Yeah.
You are becoming my guest so that I can practice and become better.
Yeah. So it is great. And I think it is one of those things that you do and you look at how they're growing and people reaching out to you and telling you that they're enjoying whatever you're doing and they're appreciating.
And consistency.
Yeah. And people telling me that when you brought ZP, it was one of the best things that happened to me was listening to ZP.
Aww.
Some people are telling me that, it was not for Mudhoni. I don't know what I would have done in my marriage if it was not. There is, so many people.
Yeah.
So even others that a lot of people find very controversial, like Jacob Elliott.
Yeah.
But there are men who are calling me and telling me that
that's the man.
Yeah, say hi to Pastor Elliott. So that has really been beautiful. One of the things that people do not know about podcasting, and you will soon realize, is that it is very gutterish. It is very messy.
Yeah.
The sound can go very fast. The video might be not what you're looking at.
I think that we have one of my episodes that has never come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt like, then I said, okay. Then you said, let's just do another one.
Yeah. It was very painful, that podcast, because I really enjoyed that podcast.
Yeah.
But we just realized that there was no sound.
Yeah, and it is not just this one. There's even another one I went on, on Dialogues with Jagero.
Yeah.
That the sound just went, and they decided to just put it up. But even for myself, I was like, this sound is bad. They're like, Zippy, we don't know what happened, but we just decided to let it go because it was good. So I'm like, okay, it was good, but we can barely listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not easy.
So it is like, I always think of it as, cutting fish. And when you go to from your place, when the fish comes from, there is the smell, there is,
yes.
it is gutterish, it is all bad. But once you've packed it and put it on social media and everywhere else, people are looking at it. Even the people that have tried working for me and coming to intern have realized very quickly that it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And I think that's why when I decided to start my podcast, I decided to come where there's experience.
We are always learning. I am even still learning.
You're still learning.
Yeah, even in my team that people think are extremely professional.
Yeah.
There are things that they are still,
anything can happen. It's an industry like any other, so anything can happen. Jagero, you on Dialogues with Jagero, the one that you're most popularly known for.
Yeah.
You have hosted, like you said, very controversial people. People who like marriage, like Zippy, who's still hoping for. People who are like, it can never be me again.
Yeah.
And all that. How have these guests and these dialogues shaped your perception on marriage? Because some of them...
On marriage,
you're a very happily married man. We believe so.
Yeah.
All matters remaining constant. Jagero, you're a happily married man.
I want to ask, how do people actually see that? They
because
see
we can see
by looking at you?
We can see you by looking at you, Jagero, we can see you're happily married. A man who's not happily married, I did not want to mention names, but they're always cussing women. If you see someone cussing women and they're married, just know they're not happily married.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for somebody who's happily married like you, and even let me say for those who had a very good standing in background in marriage, but particularly for you, meeting all these many guests with all these different perceptions on marriage, love, polygamy, monogamy, how has it shaped your perception? Yeah.
I think the best thing that I can say is that when you hear all these stories, you begin to look at this institution afresh with a lot of respect and with a lot of what am I not hearing, what am I not listening to? Because there is a time my wife told me that I don't want to be in the background.
Yeah.
And
you brought her to the show.
Did her to the show?
Yeah.
No. She didn't mean that she wants to be in the show.
Uh-huh.
It was some sort of saying that I want to think about me more.
Aha.
I don't want to be in the background. I don't want, not in the foreground, but not in the background. You see, what I have realized that a lot of things that are happening with relationships is misunderstandings. Because every time I host people, I keep hearing that the other person was not hearing the other, was not listening to the other, was not taking advantage of what is there.
Was not present.
Yeah. In us, they were not providing not just money,
Presence,
but the presence,
time.
the emotions, the time, and all those things. So you after listening to a lot of people, I've figured out that it is the complexity of marriage lies in very simple things that you do to the other person or make the other person aware of. There are things that I never used to do before I started listening to women. Yeah.
Not nowadays.
Yeah, I think about it.
Yeah, think about it. You're like, let me do too.
Yeah. And the thing that I've realized also with the marriage is that most of the time we're living with people we don't know.
True.
And they have not allowed themselves to be known. And so the best way of looking at it is to figure it out, because also people do not know how to sometimes communicate their feelings. So sometimes you have to dig out those feelings. There are days that I'm not a very touchy person.
Are you?
Like I am my father. my father. It's a joke in my family.
Yeah.
That when my father was walking with my mother, he would be several steps ahead of her. She had to play catch up. And my father never liked children.
Oh, really? How many are you?
We are 6.
But are you from a monogamous or polygamous?
Monogamous.
Okay.
My father tried what is it called?
Polygamy.
It went really horrid.
Yes.
My mother really fought that woman. She had to leave. Yeah. I think it was chaos for about 1 year. And my father said, okay, this is not working.
Yeah.
Let me just forget about this polygamy thing. So anyway, my father would not touch children. I remember when I was at home, my sister had given birth, but because she was getting married too quickly after that, she left the kid behind. And I remember if the kid started crying, my father would go look for me where I'm greasing kettle to come and attend to the kid. Mm-hmm. So I sort of took after my father. I don't like kids. I don't like holding kids. And this genetics can be so interesting. Like the other day, my friend called me and told me that she has given birth. Yeah. And all the entire week I'm thinking about how am I going to hold that kid when I show up there.
You don't have to hold the kid.
I don't have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah, so
yeah, you can still look at the kid and do buju, carry the kid and talk and leave. You don't have to hold the kid.
So I realized that I'm not very, very touchy. I am very, very like I'm a man. I'm not getting into this.
Is your daughter touchy?
She is very.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her mother.
Welcome to the Power Narrative Podcast by Dr. Z.P. Okoth. The Power Narrative Podcast is a show about visionaries, change makers, opinion shapers, entrepreneurs, researchers, creators, and leaders whose journey continues to shape the world. The show seeks to inspire and motivate the next generation to dream and be better. Join us in this journey, one powerful story at a time.
So you learn a little bit. You don't have to like go, hip deep into it, but you can learn a little bit of the things that make the other, because at the end of the day, you have committed to this person, and then you find out that there are things that make this person tick. So even if you are not fully into those things, you can at least try to do those things so that you can hold the family together.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I think it's all about effort, and it's not about what you don't like.
Yeah,
it's about does the other person like it. But then anyway, watching your podcast, people always say Jagero asks questions like he has never had such a thing before. You're always like, really? Like everything is a surprise. So is that an art that you have acquired as a host?
Yeah.
Or are you truly that naive when you hear some of the things that are said on your show?
I don't think I'm naive. I think I'm one of the widely read people around. But I think that I'm holding fort. I'm holding place for the person watching. Other people have also accused me of not, Jagero, that's wrong. Why do you just keep listening?
Yeah.
All right. But if I start fighting with the guest, then what fight is going to be there out there? Because I give you Zippy. Zippy tells me what she thinks is right, her opinions about life. I am not going to start a fight with Zippy on the podcast but I always...
They are now guests.
Yeah. They're now guests. They say what they think is right according to them.
Yeah.
I will let the audience deal with you because they do. Once it is posted on like the earlier podcast that we had is now having almost 1,000 comments about 1 month after it was released.
Yeah.
And many hundreds of thousands of comments on Facebook. So that is what I do. So when I am asking those things, I think it's just a journalistic instinct.
Yeah.
Because there are units where we are taught how to ask questions and how to
probe more.
Yeah. And feign or fake ignorance and
for the sake of your audience.
For the sake of my audience. So when I say what is that? Like the other day I asked Elliot, what are chicks?
Yes. A lot of the times you're like, don't stop pretending you don't know what chicks are. Yeah.
When what is his name? The other red pill guy. What is his name? Kibe.
Yeah.
Kibe talked about diabs.
Yeah.
And I asked Kibe, what is diabs?
Yes.
Then Kibe was so annoyed. I mean, Jagero, diabs is diabs.
He can't explain further.
So I realized that it is just a way, and people appreciate it. That there are
that you're able to help them elaborate more. I think it's a good thing. Jagero, hosting a podcast that can get all these many episodes, like you've shot so many episodes. You're on which episode? Are you even keeping count?
No, I don't keep count anymore. We shoot a lot of episodes. Like Political Headache is one every two, at least once every day.
One every day.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yesterday we had 2. Today we had, and right now we have got 10 episodes that are pending upload on DWJ.
That's really great. What is it that makes you so disciplined to this career?
Yeah. I learned from a gentleman called MKHD, who is currently having 20 million subscribers, and Mr. Beast and Ikoneni. Our Kenyan, YouTuber, is that the bricks that you lay is what is going to form what you have.
Yeah.
If you're not consistent about anything, you're not going to make it.
Yes.
Most of it is, for example, I can say that when I started my podcast, I am very, very lucky to have had somebody like ZP in the first very many episodes that I did. And so my episode, the first guest that put me out there was Amakovewala.
Yes.
Right? And then quickly you came into the picture, and then a few others came into the picture, Mudhoni and the rest of them. But you cannot fool algorithm.
Yeah.
And the way YouTube works is that YouTube can actually see the kind of work that you put. Like, for example, YouTube has figured out that my podcasts are about between 45 minutes to 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
If I put anything that is below 30 minutes, YouTube does not distribute.
Oh, really?
They don't.
Because they are feeling like this is the main content.
Yeah.
This is now shadow content.
Yes. So they will not push anything that's about, if I put something.
So they automatically push for you?
Yes. Right now, YouTube, like, for example, telling people to subscribe is good when you are starting.
Yeah.
All right. But the good thing that you have to do is to make sure that people like that content.
Yes.
Because you don't have to tell anybody to subscribe. They'll just keep subscribing. And they're like, I really loved it. And it keeps going on. So I think that consistency, like, I don't want to say what you've been doing, but I just feel like you are going to be a very good podcaster.
If you say so.
Yeah, you're gonna be a very good podcaster.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
After this lesson,
I can see it. ZP, I can always see somebody who's gonna make it.
yeah.
Because when you started asking me about YouTube and how to
And
do
we started talking about having a podcast 2 years ago. Remember?
yeah.
Yes.
So it's gonna. I think your podcast is going to be one of the greatest podcasts.
Oh, we thank God.
You are
for
starting
that.
from a very qualified position.
You know, I'm in the right space. Look at all this.
No, but I'm not talking about the studio though. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about you, the person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're starting from a very good place.
Oh, thank you. You know, we rarely see this from this end. As a host, I can't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that. It's just that you know that, and YouTube and all these social media accounts, they can see. I am congratulated by Facebook every week.
Uh-huh.
I am sent a congratulatory message from Facebook that
Wow.
you've done well this week.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get those ones also on my page.
You understand?
Like you have increased by 20%. You've increased.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like
So
that.
they are
yeah.
telling you all those things,
Uh-huh.
and you can tell that whenever there is, and they tell you that this is not doing well, this is doing well, this is not doing well, this is doing well.
Yeah.
And podcasting, like I said, can have many if
Yeah.
you do it consistently, the right way, and the sound is good. People really hate bad sound.
Everybody hates bad sound. Even if it's even away from podcast. If you are in an event and then the microphones are bad, you're always like, we
I
can't
remember
hear.
there is a time you abandoned the microphone. Even in Mazulu, you abandoned the microphone.
If it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah.
Because it's making it creates noise. Actually, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Anything that's not pleasant to the ear is noise. Jagger, I want us to come back to your books.
Yeah.
You are an author.
Yes.
Yes. Beyond the podcast, many people don't think they watch it, and when you break
it's a
to
shame.
talk about your book,
Yeah.
they skip. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your authorship. There's a book of yours that people even call me to tell me, I'm trying to buy one of Jagero's book and I can't. Please tell him I want the book.
Yeah.
This one of how to make money. What is it
Oh
called?
yeah, my life basically. It is how to make money online.
How to make money online.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It has been my life. I have, for the last 16 years since I left school, about 16 years, I have never been into employment, and I have always just worked for jobs online. So I started with things like what is it used to be called something, but I think it's no longer there. You know, and LinkedIn, getting jobs from LinkedIn, putting things on LinkedIn and getting jobs from LinkedIn. What a lot of people do not understand, ZP, is that the idea that there are no jobs for people who have gone to school is sort of a, people do not know that. So can I give you an example?
Yes, please.
So there's a young business in New York, all right, that wants to get a social media person or an executive email assistant, okay? And they're looking around in New York, in the area of New York, and they get this lady that is asking for $35 an hour and wants to work for you for 5 hours. So that is like, I don't know, more than $150 a day, is it?
Yeah.
5 times 30, about $200. So that's about 30,000 Kenya shillings in a day.
Yeah.
Right? But then if you are in LinkedIn and you're always posting about your ability to read emails and do assistance, then they realize that they can actually pay you $5 an hour.
Yes.
So $5.
And you are in Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah.
So $5 an hour times 5 hours is how much? $25 a day. So that means it is about 6,000 a day.
Yes.
So 6,000 a day times 30 days, that's 180,000.
That's good money.
Yes.
Yes.
So most of these people are always looking for these people in Africa to do these jobs, but they don't find. Me, I used to translate a lot for the Congolese.
Yeah. You understand
French.
yeah. Oh, French.
No, I don't.
You get the jobs.
I get the job
And
and then I ship them to Rwanda, where they are translated. And so if they are paying me, Congo Petroleum used to pay me money. And so when they give me the job, I give it to my friend who is in Rwanda, who takes 30% of the money, and I get 70% of the money.
Akili, you heard someone saying, Akili mtu wangu.
Yes. I used to do it for the Chinese. Because the Chinese were major in Congo.
Yeah.
So I used to do all these jobs. I have written a proposal for Portuguese, for everybody. I have written a lot of emails for people. So there are these guys who are extremely busy in the United States and all over the world. And they just want somebody who is reading their emails and telling them
which was a priority.
That you need to respond to this, and then they make a Word document.
Yeah.
And then they send that Word document, and then the person will now respond on the Word document or on the Google Doc. And your job is now to respond to the emails. You copy paste and respond.
Wow.
You see, and that is a job.
And we are saying that with the coming of technology, a lot of jobs are getting lost, but also a lot of jobs are getting created.
No, like AI, for example.
Yeah.
There is a guy who told me, and I will remember. There is a gentleman that I told that I want you to do for me an application. Yeah. That is 1 year ago. And he's told me that I will do it for 900,000. And I told him, no. You use Claude Code to write the code.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pay you 120,000. And he refused and said, no, Claude cannot do it. And then I went ahead and did it with Claude. And it worked.
Yeah.
Right? And then this guy told me the other day, it's a client of mine that I used to write for a lot in the United States. The one day he told me, Jagero, you are fired. And we laughed about it. I said, I know. But then he told me that, but now I want us to have another new contract.
Yes.
You are no longer going to write for me 3,000 words for $100.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay you $30. And I said, why? I said, now you don't need to write it. Write it with AI and then put some humanity into it. And then I'll pay you the $30. Deal? Yes. And I took it.
So your work is to bring the humanity.
Yes, but before, I used to spend like a week writing that article.
And that time, that's
with
a lot
AI,
of time.
I was doing it within the day.
Yeah.
So everybody,
it's saving you time.
Yeah.
It's helping make work easier.
Yes, and I can write more.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's almost paying me the same amount of money.
Because now you're taking lesser time to do more work. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think people should look at AI not as something that's coming to take away the jobs, but something that's coming to make our work easier.
Yeah.
I always say, just like washing machines helped us women to be able to make the house chores easier so that we can spend more time with children.
Like I was telling Robbie, bwana, this ad, we don't need to write it. We unaniambia 2 weeks to write an ad. Wachana na your story. You write with AI, alafu wewe uangalie.
You polish, yes.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So I think that people are, and to be honest with you, for example, let's talk about making websites.
Yes.
With AI. It is going to be easier for a coder to make a website with AI than getting an accountant to make website using AI. Because, even prompting is difficult. What language are you going to speak to AI in order for it to code? Higher, I want menus. What are you going to say to AI? What do you want exactly? What are you going to write on that text box?
You have to tell it exactly what you want.
You have to speak its language.
Yeah.
For example, if you tell me, you've given me several papers of account work to audit, what am I going to tell AI to do? I don't understand anything about accounts, so I can't do anything with AI on accounts.
But I believe there must be some AI or coding language for the accountants.
Yes.
Yeah, but still, they still need that human audit.
Yeah, but you see, AI, somebody who has done accounts will work better with Claude, with Claude Analytics to do that.
Yeah.
So what was me, I'm always saying, for example, editing.
Yes.
I usually tell Obunga is our lead editor, that Obunga, there is so much you can do with AI. AI, for example, right now, on Da Vinci, I don't know if you know. You're a film person. I'm forgetting. So Da Vinci right now, what you're doing with the latest update, once you put it on the timeline, it gets your unique sound and registers my unique sound. And then you tell it that I want you to give me every face Every time you figure out this sound, you're giving me that face. So it registers. So right now, as we are speaking, you can only see me on the frame. When you say really, it will flip back to you, flips back to me. For the entire thing, Obunga uses entirely AI to edit.
Yes.
And then goes over it. You understand?
Yeah.
But it is Obunga who knows how the timeline looks.
Yeah.
He's the one he knows how to.
He has to go through and confirm. Yeah.
So it is helping Obunga and it is helping the podcaster. Everybody's happy. Yes. Right? So I think that people shouldn't be afraid of these things too much.
Yeah. Because I mean, even for him, even if it is now giving, like when somebody's speaking, when it shows the face, but now as an editor, sometimes you don't want the person speaking, you want a reaction. So you may not. So I think it just helps us save time, which is really good. Jagero, because our time is almost up. Yeah, you know, I am trying to learn to keep to 1 hour.
Yeah?
Yes.
We are almost at 45 minutes.
Imagine.
You
see?
You know, I have 1 hour in my head.
Yes.
When 1 hour hits, I know it registers in my mind.
Because you've done it so many times.
Yeah.
Yes. I think maybe there's a part in your brain that just starts clogging and you're like, we've reached that part.
Yeah.
And anyway, so what are those core values, Jagero?
Core values?
Yeah.
On what?
That you believe in your work ethics.
I believe in doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing.
And I believe in looking up to the best in the industry. I don't believe in mediocre work. And it is a source of fight with my team members every day. I feel like in 2026, there is no excuse.
Yeah, true.
Because basically you can find that information everywhere. It is on YouTube, it is on Google, it is on Cloud, it is on ChatGPT, it is everywhere. Those are my values. I am learning to be tolerant and to have some love. You know, I did not grow up with love.
Tell us about
love
that.
Love caught up with me. And I'm not talking about intimacy or sexual love. Just love for others.
Yeah.
For a long time, when people told me that somebody had died, I would not flinch. I would not show any emotion at all. In fact, my wife used to have a lot of problems with me on the same. Because you tell me that a relative has died and I am just there. I am not sorry, I am not what, I am just there. Because I saw a lot of some very painful stuff in my childhood when growing up, you know, and it sort of, especially, and the scar, this city was really bad for me when I came here in around 2004-05.
Yeah, I think I remember you told us how your wife rescued you. And your uncles and relatives.
It was really, and then you form some kind of a very hard coat around your soul and around your heart. Yeah. And you don't want to feel the pain of others because
I think you do that as to protect you.
Yeah.
And then you realize later
your pain has numbed you. There is a time a therapist told me, Jagero, you are so you just think that you are still the young naked boy that had no mother, had no father.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm realizing that a lot of people have real emotions. And most of the people, you don't know anybody really. People have come to me and told me, Jagero, you have to pull that thing down.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And then what do?
You pull it down.
So you're starting to have emotions.
Yes. You have to pull it down.
Yeah.
Because of
the number of people it might be hurting.
And most guests do not understand the power of social media.
Yeah.
When they are talking on the other side. They do not understand that what you are saying, people are going to judge you so harshly.
And you have to put a brave face.
Yes. There is a gentleman who called me. He came all the way from Finland to come and do a podcast with me. There is one piece there is just about 1.5 minutes that he told me almost broke many of his relationships.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Did you edit that part out?
No, it had gone. It was out. It had gone. He was being sent pictures by people in Finland, people in Kisumu, people at home, everywhere. He told me he woke up to several messages and he was thinking, what have I done? And then he went and looked. It was actually the cut from our video. Yeah, that had gone viral.
The power of our words.
Yeah. And so he told me, Jagero, is this thing really this bad?
Yeah.
And I told him that the problem with the podcast is that once you said it,
and also you can't control how people are going to interpret what you say.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're telling it from a very raw and vulnerable point, but then the moment it goes out there, you're like, did I really mean that?
People were saying this is far from funny. It is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. People were very angry at him.
Too bad. But that's also what communication is about.
Yeah.
Because when things go out there, and I think that's the part that now podcast is not helping us in. Because as podcasters, we're taking it out there raw. Yeah. Initially, with the TV or the mainstream media, they could edit out the part that they know this is going to hurt the audience. Yes. But with the podcast, we are like, the audience are the judge.
So I'm beginning to understand that people, we don't know really who these people are. I as much as I can say that I know ZP, but I don't know ZP that much. Mm-hmm. You can say you know ODUOR Jagero, but like, for example, a lot of things are said about me on the internet.
But they don't really know.
They don't really know. Like
because people judge things on surface level.
Every time I speak with a Liet or with Kibe. People are always shouting, Jagero, I hope you are going to change.
Yes.
I hope you are going to change.
Yes. Jagero, become a man. You are too soft.
Yes.
But I mean, I think when it comes to that talk, maybe one day I'll host a Liet. And now since
you have to host a Liet.
Since I am on this side, I'll not be arguing with him. I'll just be listening since I'm a host.
Alit is one of the most interesting people in this world. Is Alit, and his emotions are hardly breaking. When he comes to speak with you, laughing, he doesn't laugh, he doesn't get angry.
It will be wrong to say Alit is my friend. So I'll just go to these papers.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to do. These papers, we have travel, life, money, friends, love, family, God, and fun. You're going to pick one, the one that you feel speaks to your heart, and you're going to choose to tell us a story or any life lessons from it.
I love the logo, the Power Narrative Podcast.
Yeah, I have been really inspired by dialogue with Jagero.
I cannot choose between money and travel.
Money and travel.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we could do.
Yeah.
You want to do that or pick one?
Let me talk about travel. Okay. What should I tell you? Anything about travel?
Anything about travel, your experience, your lessons, or why it's that is open. It's called open mic. You can say anything.
Yeah. So, I really, really love traveling. I really love traveling. I always travel. One of the things that I've realized about traveling is that it opens your mind a lot. And you begin to meet other people, women, children. One of the stories that I will never forget was getting lost in an underground train station in Spain. And nilisumbuka sana. So this girl, Spanish lady, very young. I think she's a teenager of about 12 years or 14 years old. So I think that it was the male people, the adults in the around, did not want to speak with an African. And then I asked about 2 people and they were not interested in helping me. So I spoke to this girl who could speak very good English. And so I'd gotten lost. I think I was lost 30 kilometers away.
Wow.
So what this girl did, this girl traveled with me 30 kilometers back to where I was and showed me that this is the train that you take to your last destination. And she was having a bag
Jagero,
from school.
that's an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there is a time I've got crazy stories. I lost my passport in Barcelona. Yeah. And I was so hyped, excited I was going to Paris. My first time going to Paris. And I lost my passport in Barcelona at the airport on my way to Paris. I lost my passport there. So I came back to Barcelona and I just decided to take a walk without my passport. And there is this thing in Barcelona. It's a place where I think they made it for people to walk, just to walk. If you want to clear your head, you walk. And on one side, there are pigeons all over. Like the way you store pigeons and they go up and then come back, and the other side the same. And so it was amazing. And the first time I think I got out of this country, I'd won a prize. I became the best playwright in Africa.
Congratulations.
Yes, and I was invited.
Which year was that?
In 2009, I was invited to the Royal National Theatre of London.
Wow.
And they put me up in a presidential suite at the Trafalgar Square.
Jagero, I think we need another podcast.
Let me finish this for you. I went into that hotel, and everything looked really movie-like.
Yes.
And I remember there was a white phone next to the bed, and I picked it up and dialed a number in Uganda, and it rang, and I spoke with my friend in Uganda.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I rang my sister in Kisumu, and I spoke with her. And I rang my friend.
Were you billed in the morning?
No, it was all free. I was there for 11 days. Free. And I wrote a script and performed it at the Royal National Theatre in London. And it was amazing. I've since traveled to 26 countries in Europe, and I've loved it. And I usually travel solo.
I think solo traveling is a beautiful thing. I've only done it twice.
It is beautiful.
But we'll talk about solo traveling next time. Ladies and gentlemen, your final words?
Whatever you've set your heart and mind to do, if you are consistent in it, it is going to prosper and is going to be a success. If you treat it like child's play, it is just going to remain as such.
My peoples, and that's it for us. I told you today I'm learning. Okay. My peoples, and that's the end of another Power Narrative podcast. Today we had ODUOR Jagero, and he has told us about consistency. Kindly keep it here with us. Follow us on all our social media pages. Please subscribe to our YouTube page and all our other pages. If you would like to be part of our guests, please don't fail to call us. The numbers are here below. And if you have any friend that you would want us to host, also kindly share the names. Looking forward to having you on the show. And if you'd like to partner with us, the numbers are down here. See you again next time. Bye-bye.